In a world where actions rarely match words, just take a glance at our call history. Over the past decade, maybe even 15 years, we've probably spoken on the phone no more than 10 times. And in all that time, not once did you reach out just to check in or ask how I was doing. So forgive me if I'm confused. It's hard to understand why your energy is tied up in being upset with me when, honestly, there are far bigger things that deserve attention. You're not ready for what I'm about to reveal. The night that Yandy and Kirk thought the world would never hear about? Yeah, that night. Turns out Rasheeda's done playing nice. She's about to drag them both straight through the dirt, and what she's holding back could blow this whole story wide open. The real kicker? Whatever they were hiding is so explosive, so jaw-dropping that Rasheeda, the one they tried to silence, is ready to risk it all just to expose the truth. Now the only question is, what secret were they so desperate to bury? You thought you had the drama all figured out. Think again. What's coming next makes every past argument look like child's play. This isn't petty shade or surface-level gossip. This is the real storm. Betrayal, deception, and a single night so powerful it threatens to shatter everything we thought we knew about these reality stars. Rasheeda's been carrying this truth in silence for too long, and now, she's flipping the entire script and taking control of the narrative. Kara and Yandy never saw this storm brewing, and trust me, you won't either. Just when you thought reality TV had peaked in drama, here comes a twist straight from the shadows. We're talking buried secrets, backdoor betrayals, and a night so unpredictable it could flip the entire narrative. Buckle up, because what's about to unfold will make you rethink everything you thought you knew about Yandy, Kirk, and Yandy. And of course, Rasheeda was steps ahead. Picture this. Yandy and Dean Kirk, familiar faces in a storm of scandal, have weathered plenty of public drama, with every messy moment playing out on our screens. But what if I told you that what we've seen is just the surface? Beneath the chaos lies a hidden layer, a carefully buried truth they've gone to great lengths to shield. That secret? It's about to erupt, and Rasheeda's not holding back anymore. Rasheeda, always the wild card in the deck, has reached her breaking point, and this time she's not backing down. What she's ready to reveal isn't just shocking. It's the kind of truth that flips the script entirely on what you thought you knew about Kirk and Yandy. But to understand how we got here, we need to rewind. This explosion wasn't built in a day. These two have been tangled in shady headlines for years, dodging rumors, caught in lies, and knee-deep in more than one sketchy situation. It's just the moment the mask finally slips. But this isn't your typical reality TV fallout. This is betrayal on a level that cuts deeper than any on-camera feud ever could. And the timing? Razor sharp. Right in the thick of it all, Rasheeda chose to pull the trigger and let the truth fly. Was it a calculated move she's been quietly brewing for months? Or was it instinct, an unshakable gut feeling that the moment had finally come? Either way, one thing's clear. When Rasheeda speaks, the ground shakes. Rasheeda's decision to reveal the secret about Yandy and Kirk couldn't have come at a more explosive moment. After years of complex history with both of them, she chose now to expose a deeply buried truth that will forever change the way we see their story. This isn't just a petty betrayal, it's a game-changing revelation that will rock their public image to its core. Sources close to the situation reveal that Rasheeda had known about the affair for a while, keeping the secret locked away. Kirk and Yandy had worked hard to conceal their affair, but the tension between them reached its peak after a heated argument. That moment pushed Rasheeda over the edge, and she finally decided it was time to expose the truth. Sources reveal that at a recent private gathering, Rasheeda witnessed a moment between Kirk and Yandy that seemed innocent at first, but quickly grew tense. The air was thick with unspoken tension, and Rasheeda, ever perceptive, quickly realized there was more happening beneath the surface than a simple conversation. She knew something was off, and it sparked the chain of events that led to her breaking the silence. As the saying goes, when two people seem a bit too comfortable with each other, there's often more beneath the surface. Rasheeda quickly picked up on the subtle clues, and what she discovered didn't end there. She took action, setting the stage for a night no one saw coming. What Yandy and Kirk thought was a secret rendezvous quickly turned into a ticking time bomb, ready to blow up in their faces, exposing everything they had desperately tried to keep hidden. Even worse, Yandy and Kirk's carefully crafted public images, the ones they had worked so hard to maintain, were now on the verge of collapse. What Rasheeda uncovered wasn't just a typical affair. It was a tangled web of lies, manipulation, and deceit that reached much further than anyone could have anticipated. To put it bluntly, Yandy and Kirk thought they were being clever, but they seriously underestimated Rasheeda's sharp instincts. What was meant to be a simple, casual night out for Yandy and Kirk quickly became a pivotal moment, one that would change everything. It was a night filled with hushed conversations and hidden truths, a fragile facade about to crumble under the weight of reality. And Rasheeda, fully aware of the stakes, is now ready to pull back the curtain, exposing a secret that would soon ignite a massive public scandal. But wait, this isn't just a typical affair. It's a game of power, betrayal, and manipulation. While Kirk and Yandy thought they were calling the shots, Rasheeda wasn't fooled. She saw right through their web of lies. Now she's ready to expose everything. The leaked reports, the hard-hitting evidence, the documents, and even the photographs that will shatter their carefully crafted narrative. The truth is about to surface, and it's undeniable. This wasn't just a spontaneous revelation. It was a carefully calculated sequence of events that left Rasheeda stunned. As everything unravels, it's clear that the relationship between Yandy and Kirk was built on a foundation of deception, manipulation, and falsehoods. Now, Rasheeda is ready to expose the depth of the rabbit hole they've been hiding. But the big question remains: why did she choose now to reveal it all? Rasheeda's history with Yandy and Kirk is far from simple. Their relationship is tangled in layers of tension and rivalry that stretch back for years. It wasn't just a friendship or a partnership. It was a complicated dynamic marked by competition, jealousy, and mutual distrust. The truth of Rasheeda's decision to expose their secrets lies in the deeper, personal betrayals and the complicated web of emotions and history that have built up over time. Rasheeda's frustration had been simmering for a long time. She felt neglected, dismissed, and even manipulated by both Yandy and Kirk, as if her voice didn't matter. The tension between them had always been palpable, but she couldn't put her finger on it until now. When the pieces finally fell into place, armed with irrefutable evidence, Rasheeda was ready to strike. The time for silence was over, and she knew that exposing the truth would not only shift the power dynamic, but would shatter the carefully constructed facade they had worked so hard to maintain. Was Rasheeda's move driven by personal vendettas, or was she simply exposing a toxic situation that had long been hidden? As the pieces of the puzzle begin to align, it's clear that this scandal isn't just about an affair. It's a tangled mess of manipulation, deceit, and betrayal. What we're about to uncover goes far deeper than anyone could have anticipated, shaking the very foundation of relationships, trust, and loyalty. This isn't just a story. It's a full-blown reckoning that's destined to leave a mark on everyone involved. Rasheeda's truth bomb is one that no one can overlook. She's on a mission, and she's not holding back. If you thought her explosive revelation about the reality TV world was jaw-dropping, brace yourself, because the rest of this story will knock you off your feet. This isn't just about a simple affair between Yandy and Kirk. Oh no. We're diving into a much darker, more intricate conspiracy, and trust me, we're about to break it down in ways you've never seen before. Rasheeda has pulled back the curtain to expose a long-running, calculated scheme designed to manipulate public perception for years. Behind the scenes, two of the most beloved and controversial figures in the Love and Hip Hop franchise, Kirk and Yandy, have been living double lives, carefully constructing and concealing their secret agendas while pulling the strings of the public, turning them into mere pawns in their game. The truth is far darker than anyone could have imagined. This affair wasn't some momentary lapse in judgment. It was a meticulously orchestrated plan. Sources close to the situation have revealed chilling details about the extent of their deceit. Leaked reports suggest that Yandy and Kirk weren't just engaging in a private affair. They were embroiled in a far more calculated scheme, one designed to capitalize on their celebrity status for profit, fame, and power. The lengths they went to manipulate their public image have left many stunned, as this was never about love. It was about leveraging their reality TV personas for everything they could gain. Let's break it down. Besides the affair, Yandy and Kirk were involved in shady financial dealings, using their image and influence for personal gain. On the surface, they appeared to be the perfect couple, sharing polished pictures on social media and attending events as if everything was flawless. But behind the scenes, they were manipulating the public and the media for profit and power. Behind closed doors, the truth was far from perfect. A source close to both revealed that their relationship was built on lies from the start. Despite their flawless public image, they were constantly texting and meeting up in secret. What's even more shocking is how they used their relationship as a tool to manipulate other cast members, and by extension their fans, into playing along with their carefully constructed narrative. The affair wasn't just a minor detail. It was a key piece in a much larger game they were playing. While Kirk and Yandy both knew how vital their reputations were to their careers, their relationship was far from the picture-perfect image they presented. It was toxic, riddled with secrets, and ultimately about who could manipulate the other to climb to the top. It wasn't just about Yandy and Kirk. They dragged other cast members into the chaos too. Sources reveal that behind Rasheeda's back, they were scheming, carefully orchestrating plots to manipulate the show's storyline and secure their place in the spotlight. They fed producers false information, all to maintain their dominant position for as long as they could. Rasheeda wasn't about to stay silent. She had always seen through their facade, and when the opportunity arose, she seized it. What she uncovered in her investigation into their hidden lives was staggering. It wasn't just the affair. It was a web of lies, manipulation, and calculated moves that went far beyond what anyone had imagined. The depth of the deception was jaw-dropping. Leaked financial documents revealed that Yandy and Kirk had been using their affair as more than just a scandal. It was a tool to control their careers. They weren't just living out a scripted drama for the cameras. They were strategically profiting from it. Their reality TV earnings fueled personal ventures, all while maintaining a perfect, glamorous image for their fans. Behind the scenes, their carefully curated lives were far from the carefree personas they portrayed. In essence, their affair became a strategic tool, a form of leverage to secure more lucrative deals and maintain power within the industry. Rasheeda's sources uncovered a web of shady dealings, revealing that Kirk and Yandy weren't just manipulating their personal lives, they were using their business ventures to control others as well. Reports surfaced showing that they were funneling money from their own company to exert pressure on key industry figures, including producers and fellow cast members. The catch? Accepting lower pay and staying silent about their secret in exchange for job security and continued appearances. Yes, that's accurate. As the truth began to surface, other cast members started noticing the discrepancies and the manipulation. Behind the scenes, they were not only aware of the affair and the toxic dynamics between Yandy and Kirk, but they also started realizing the larger, more dangerous operations at play. This went beyond personal drama. It was a full-blown scandal that could potentially lead to criminal charges. The production companies involved were allegedly funneling their earnings into offshore accounts to evade taxes, adding a whole new layer of corruption to the situation. The more the cast uncovered, the more explosive the story became. Yes, it seems that behind the glamorous facade, Yandy and Kirk were orchestrating a high-stakes game of power and manipulation. According to The Insider, their affair wasn't just a personal issue, it was a tool they used to control the entire cast. If anyone dared to challenge them or expose their secrets, they were threatened with the release of scandalous information that could destroy their careers. This strategic use of fear and blackmail kept everyone in line, ensuring that their dirty laundry remained hidden while they climbed to greater heights in the entertainment industry. The Insider's revelations paint a picture of a tightly controlled environment where power dynamics weren't just about fame, they were about survival. Can you picture the constant stress of feeling like you're under surveillance, unsure if every move you make is being monitored? Well, that's exactly the reality for many involved. Then, there's the shocking revelation of the leaked audio. Yes, you read that right. A private conversation between Yandy and Kirk was recently uncovered, and in it, they openly discussed their affair with unsettling clarity. They were strategizing on how to keep their affair hidden while simultaneously ensuring they stayed in the spotlight as the most talked about couple. However, the next move they made set off a chain of events that led to their public disgrace on national television. The backlash has been swift and unforgiving. Fans who once adored Yandy and Kirk are now left in shock, reeling from the betrayal. Social media is in flames with anger, and even former cast members are speaking out, voicing their frustration with the couple's manipulation of the franchise. They even went as far as to mock their fans, calling them gullible fools for buying into the fake image they had so carefully crafted. But now, the consequences are catching up. What does this mean for Yandy, Kirk, and Rasheeda? The fallout from this scandal is just beginning, and whispers are already circulating that the network might be forced to take legal action against Yandy and Kirk, potentially even booting them from the show entirely. The ripple effect of their actions is far from over. In their own words, Yandy and Kirk Exposed is now trending worldwide, with fans demanding that the network sever all ties with the couple immediately. The ripple effect of this scandal is undeniable, and it's time to assess the fallout. There are even whispers of government investigations into the financial misconduct that has been uncovered. If these reports hold any weight, we could be looking at a full-blown criminal investigation, turning what was once a reality TV drama into a real-life legal battle. If the truth is fully exposed, the careers of Kirk and Yandy, which were already teetering on the brink of collapse, could come crashing down entirely. The fallout from their affair, their financial manipulation, and the tangled web of deceit they've woven is far-reaching. The consequences they're facing now go beyond just their personal lives. They've created a scandal that could redefine their legacies in the industry, leaving them with no way to avoid the repercussions. The impact of this scandal goes far beyond their personal lives. It's threatening everything they've worked for in their careers, their public image, and their future in the entertainment industry. Once celebrated as the golden couple, Yandy and Kirk are now facing intense public backlash. Fans who once idolized them as the ultimate power duo are now turning on them, labeling them as nothing more than deceitful, manipulative opportunists. The truth, as we all know, has a way of coming to light, and now the couple is being exposed for the lies they've built their empire on. The fallout from this scandal has been swift and unforgiving. Yandy and Kirk's brand deals are evaporating, and the lucrative endorsements they once enjoyed are drying up by the day. Their social media platforms, once filled with adoring fans, are now flooded with outrage, and hashtags calling for accountability are trending everywhere. We've seen it time and time again. When a public figure is exposed for something as shocking as this, the consequences are immediate. The vultures start circling, and former cast members who had previously been silent are now stepping forward, eager to share their own stories about what really went down behind the scenes. It's like a domino effect, each new revelation pushing Yandy and Kirk further into the depths of scandal. Their once perfect image is crumbling at an alarming rate, like a house of cards toppling over. But it doesn't stop there. Another former cast member has come forward with an explosive claim. Kirk allegedly used his power as a producer to manipulate storylines, controlling the narrative while pressuring others into silence as his secret affair played out in the background. The layers of deception keep unfolding, and it's becoming clear that the facade they built is far more fragile than anyone ever realized. And just when you think it can't get any worse, the financial side of the scandal explodes. Leaked documents have now surfaced, exposing Kirk's attempts to blackmail a fellow cast member into staying silent about their affair. The shocking revelation shows he threatened to ruin her career if she didn't comply. But that's not all. These documents also shed light on the deeper, darker activities Kirk and Yandy were involved in, revealing possible criminal actions, including money laundering, tax evasion, and other shady business practices. The scope of their deceit is becoming more evident, and it's clear that their empire was built on more than just lies. There are serious legal consequences on the horizon. The weight of these accusations is so heavy that it's sparked calls for a full-scale investigation. Yandy and Kirk may soon find themselves facing federal charges, hefty fines, and potentially even jail time. With the pressure mounting for an official inquiry, the situation is quickly spiraling out of control. The network, which once relied on their star power, is now under intense scrutiny from fans who are demanding that they cut ties with the couple immediately. The public is furious, and the network faces a tough decision: stand by their stars, or distance themselves from a scandal that's already damaging their reputation. The pressure is building as the truth comes to light. Legal experts are now scrambling to figure out how the network can distance itself from Yandy and Kirk without completely destroying its reputation. Behind closed doors, discussions are taking place about how to sever ties with the couple while salvaging what's left of the brand. The reality TV industry has long been a world of secrets and scandals, but this one seems to be pushing it to its limits. It's a delicate balancing act for the network. Too much distance from the couple, and they risk losing loyal viewers. Too little, and they risk further damaging their credibility. The industry may have shielded them up until this point, but the truth is indisputable, and the law will eventually catch up with them. According to sources close to the matter, the legal team is reportedly examining contracts in an attempt to determine how to disassociate themselves from the scandal without seriously harming the brand. Although Yandy and Kirk might think they can ride out the storm, they are up against a crisis of monumental proportions. It's no longer just about being written off the show. Their entire futures are on the line. As the media frenzy swells around them, it's becoming increasingly clear that time is running out for them to salvage what little they have left. Kirk's shady business dealings have made him an obvious target for authorities, while Yandy's reputation lies in tatters. With few options left, they're faced with a tough decision: come clean and face the music, or double down on the lies and deceit. But here's the kicker: what if there's more to this story than anyone realizes? Some speculate that the entire scandal might have been orchestrated to boost ratings and breathe new life into the love and hip-hop brand. Could this drama be one big, carefully crafted spectacle? If Yandy and Kirk truly wanted to destroy their careers, why would they expose so much personal information? Could it be that they're playing a much longer game, using the media's obsession with scandal to their advantage? As wild as it sounds, some insiders are starting to suggest that this whole situation might be a calculated move to reignite public interest. After all, in the world of fame, even bad press is still press. The reality is undeniable. Things have gone too far for Kirk and Yandy. The damage they've caused can't simply be undone. Their reputations are in tatters, and it seems nearly impossible for them to rebuild the trust they once had with their fans, the industry, or even their castmates. The fallout from their actions is far-reaching, and the consequences are likely to be felt for a long time. The financial and legal fallout has been harsh, and it's clear that Yandy and Kirk's time as the golden couple of hip-hop is behind them. The public has turned its back on them. Their brand is toxic, and their social media is flooded with backlash. Every move they make is met with intense criticism, making it harder for them to find any way back to the spotlight. As much as Yandy and Kirk would love to sweep this scandal away, Rasheeda isn't backing down. She's standing firm, doubling down with the irrefutable evidence she's collected, and the public is rallying behind her. What once seemed like a picture-perfect life of fame and luxury has now turned into a nightmare of betrayal. Every move they make is under intense scrutiny, and Rasheeda has emerged as a force to be reckoned with, exposing the truth for all to see. In the midst of lies and shattered illusions, Rasheeda is seizing the moment. Not only is she receiving offers from producers eager to have her as a central figure in future seasons, but she's also in talks with major media outlets. These discussions hint at the possibility of revealing even more bombshell details about the affair. Think text messages, photos, and exclusive interviews with people who are close to Yandy and Kirk. It's clear that Rasheeda's not done just yet, and the drama is far from over. The public is devouring every piece of this explosive saga, unable to get enough of the drama. And there it is, folks. The once untouchable Yandy and Kirk are now facing the harsh reality of their secret lives being exposed to the world. Rasheeda's courage and relentless pursuit of the truth have shattered their carefully constructed facades. Now, they're left scrambling to pick up the pieces of their shattered careers, with no clear path forward. The tables have turned, and it's uncertain if they can ever recover from this scandal. The damage is irreversible, and there's no undoing the fallout. The love, loyalty, and fame they once enjoyed have evaporated in an instant. The world of love and hip-hop will never look the same again, and as the legal ramifications continue to unfold, it's clear that this scandal has only just begun. We're all watching closely to see what comes next. But now, we want to hear your thoughts. What do you think will happen next for Yandy, Kirk, and Rasheeda? Is this the end for Yandy and Kirk, or is there more to the story than we've uncovered? So far, we want to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment below and let us know what you think. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more shocking revelations and insider stories. We bring you the truth, always first, and you won't find it anywhere else. Stay tuned.